Hey everyone, welcome to the Goof Troop Run. I want to thank everyone first off for donating for the incentive. We're really excited to show out this hardest difficulty that we have going here. I am Bbforky, joined alongside swordsmankirby. The only thing you need to know between those two difficulties is that the puzzles are pretty much going to be a little bit harder, so it's adding a little bit to it, and some of the rooms might be a little bit more annoying. So constantly throughout the run, there's a little bit of RNG that we're going to need to adjust to. So you're going to be hearing me and SK do comms regularly to try to adjust to that. But I think that's all we have to say for now. We got a lot more to say during the run. So SK, are you ready?
Yep.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, so right off the bat, you'll notice that Max runs a lot faster than Goofy. And one of the cool things about this speed run is basically the characters utilizing their strengths. So Max can run fast, so often he'll be going towards all the loading zones and things like that. Goofy will be playing kind of more of a support role. Goofy is stronger, but slower.
And you're going to be seeing a little bit of that introduction as we go here. And you're going to be noticing there's a lot of different items that we're going to be picking up. Most of the time to destroy the enemies here, we're going to be picking up barrels, pots, any kind of things on the ground here in order to damage. Pretty unlucky with that frog there. He likes to troll from time to time.
Yeah.
But here's a good example of how Goofy's supporting. He's hook-shotting all these barrels to get out of Max's way so he can move a little bit quicker past it. But yeah, we have our first puzzle room here. You're getting a little bit of a glimpse of what's to come here. This one is definitely more of the simple ones being the first one, but they're gonna get a lot more complex, and they're pretty satisfying the way that you kick the blocks to one another when you see like a puzzle coming up here in probably about a minute.
Yeah. Basically, the goal is just to try to have both players finish around the same time, working on sort of their own parallel parts, but sometimes there's a little bit of communication.
So you've probably noticed some fruit that's been on the ground. It's going to be really important for this run. Every time you get a piece of fruit, depending on if it's a cherry or banana, it's going to give you some hearts. And you can use those to damage boost on enemies, or if you collect enough, you'll get an extra life. So getting the extra lives or getting the hearts to boost through certain enemies is going to be really vital for this speedrun. Yeah, here's another one of those puzzle rooms. This one's really satisfying because each character kind of sticks to their own side and kicking blocks to each other, but it ends up we both are on the right side here and getting the blocks in at the end. You notice each player can hold one item here at a time. So it's very important. It's routed out specifically to who gets what certain item. Like Max has the boss key right now. We are about to go to the next boss here. So I have the hearts to go damage boost through these guys, and we are at the first boss.
All right, Jester Hole. Bosses in this game are pretty random for the most part. Most of the time, we're going to be trying to kind of trade with the enemies. They'll be throwing something at us, we'll be throwing something back, and we'll catch what they're throwing at us. Oh!
Sometimes that happens. There we go, we both got an item here now. Yeah, they sometimes... Jester Hole especially can be pretty troll, depending on how they pop in and out. But that was a pretty decent one, considering all things.
Up until that last hit.
All right, now we're coming to one of the big core mechanics of this run. I think, SK, it would be pretty fitting for you to explain the death abuses that we're going to be seeing.
Yeah, so Forky mentioned that each character can only carry one item at a time. But if one character has game over, then the other player can actually hold two items at once. That's going to be abused quite a bit throughout this run.
This is where you'll be seeing most of us communicate right now. Goofy would normally have only one life in this point, so we got to find an extra spot for him to die, which we will just transition through this screen. Max waits here, instantly go back. Goofy's going to take his first death here, and I'm left to pretty much do this whole puzzle right here. We're going to take this guy out for safety, make this bridge, and since he's dead, I'm able to grab two items, and Goofy can spawn back in at the entrance, take the key away from me, and then we can continue on with this level here.
Yeah, so normally speaking, if you game over, you don't come back, but it's friendly enough that each time you do a screen transition, you can actually spawn back in.
You'll see it a couple more times with this stage specifically, but I believe it's in stage 3 where you see a lot of the death abuses that are going to go on. This is a pretty annoying room at first, so you're going to be seeing these enemies for the first time that can actually kick blocks back at you. And this next screen here, we're going to see a peek of it for a second, but go back and get the items. These guys are very notorious for ruining your run because they can just kick a block into the corner and it's unsolvable. So let's see if they're nice here. Yeah. So far, all right, we got a little bit of a weird pattern, but we're going to work around this here. So we got that block at the top. I'm going to have to retract back over to it. Yeah, and there we go.
All right.
Not too bad there. And a pretty good pattern here. These things, I think they have like 3 or 4 set patterns that they can roll, and that's one of the most generous ones. And here's another instance. Goofy's going to be staying towards the entrance here. Max picks up the hook shot, early exit here, because items are going to be utilized so much during this run. And I can't stress enough how important item management is. It's kind of pretty fast-paced the amount of times we transition back and forth and we're grabbing items because we're already coming up to the next boss here after we get through one more annoying level. Oops. You know, sometimes that happens. Here, let's go back really quick and then take a death. Yeah. So that's an easy way to reset your lives counter too. If someone's ever at 0 and we might want to have some extra lives for the boss, very easy to do so. Oh, you have the key here now. Though. You know what? Go ahead. Yeah, you take some deaths. So that's something unexpected if there's only one person with an item. So you'll get to see this room again. You have to lure these guys in a certain way because there's no way to actually kill them. So Goofy's doing that, distracting them at the bottom. So Max can unlock it here at the top.
All right, Firebug.
Firebug's a pretty interesting boss. He's going to have a couple main attacks here, but after we use up all the barrels here at the left and right, these villagers are going to help us out and throw some at us. So we're just going to catch those. And normally in some of the later fights, you're going to feed some barrels to Max or to Goofy because he does more damage. But in this one, since it's kind of even amounts, both characters are kind of just unleashing on him.
All right.
All right, on to Castle here. This is a pretty fun level. I think we both agree this is the best music in the game, right? And you'll see us having fun with that in some sections here, doing some little audio cues and whatnot. But we have one new mechanic that's not really important to the run, but we're going to be seeing some dark runes in this game now, starting with this one. Normally, you can get a candle power-up that will help you see better, but since we have the runes memorized, it's not too big of a deal for us. Then we're going to have a little bit of some tight sections here with some stunning, and hopefully, let's see if I can get past these first try. Ooh, there we go. Nice. That's actually a lot harder than it looks. All right, we're also going to be seeing one of the cannons that we got to take out here for the one of the times here. Goofy has 1 life. He's going to be taking a death here, and it's very specific. Goofy needs to deal all the damage to take out this cannon.
Yeah. Otherwise, if Max does even one of the bombs, it requires an extra hit. Switch.
There we go. Yeah. We got to be really important with switching the way the items are. As you saw with that other screen when we died and accidentally gave the wrong person the wrong item there. This is a cool strat. I'm going to take a death here so I get some iframes and I can just walk past this guy to grab that key. If I don't have a heart there, that's like the backup to do it. There's so many like backups depending on how enemies walk a certain direction or just so many different scenarios that are given. This guy's in a really weird spot, so we're gonna take that easy because it's very easy to die on those guys down there. We just got the suits here, get a solve a puzzle. In the US version, it just spells open, so very simple solution to do. And this one's kind of just like a guess and test too as well. We're going to be coming on some pretty trivial stuff here, so if we want to get our first round of donations going, you can take it away, Anade.
Perfect. We have a bunch of donations coming in. $50 from HH4Hooch. When Bbforky and I were kids, we used to watch the Goofy movie on VHS on repeat. Here's to hoping you and SK can stand out above the crowd and always stick together. Good luck to my bro and SK. Hopefully you both can see eye to eye for a great run of Goof Troop.
Perfect donation. Thanks, Harold. Much love.
Time for one more?
Yeah, go for it. Plenty.
$10 from Paxson. Some of my happiest childhood memories are of playing our only co-op SNES games, Goof Troop, with my dad. A couple years ago, he was diagnosed with and has thankfully beaten cancer. This one's for you, Pops, less than 3.
And you can do one more, probably.
Perfect. $50 from Goosewife. I was not prepared for how fun this game was when I played it with my husband for the first time. Pete made me rage quit, so I'd love to see him humbled on the hardest difficulty.
Yeah, that's a little spoilers to come. The last boss in this run is very interesting, to say the least. Oh, we're going to get past them, I think. We had the hard for safety.
Oops, sorry.
Oh, yeah. It's so easy to transition, especially if you go back and forth between playing solo and co-op. You spawn on different sides of the stairs. But yeah, we are on to our third boss now. We have the red and blue skeletons. These guys are a pretty difficult boss, but pretty fun when you get it done efficiently. So each one's going to jump around in 2 different spots here, and they're going to throw bones at you, and you just got to essentially throw them back to damage them. And they're going to have 2 phases. So this first phase, they're just jumping around back and forth and throwing bones. But when they enter their second phase, they're going to stay in the same spot, still continue to throw bones at you, but they're going to throw heads at you too. And it's a very long animation, so it's very important to have some bones on the screen to interrupt it. So that's what we're doing a little bit.
Count.
Yeah, there's specific amounts that I think me and SK always lose count when it comes to fighting this. Wait, he's going to throw it again. I think we need 2 more hits here. And then maybe 1. We'll see. He's going to throw bones now. The maximum amount of times they can throw their head is 2. So we know for a fact that bones are coming afterward. All right, and that's skeletons in stage 3.
All right. It was important that Forky didn't take damage there because there's going to be a lot of damage boosting in the next couple of rooms.
Mm-hmm. Also, we mentioned fruit. I think that might have been the first time we saw a red diamond pop up there. That's literally just a free extra life. So it can work out if we are low on lives, but most of the time we want to see the fruit so we can do the damage boost. But stage 4 is pretty interesting because this is the only stage in the game that has multiple paths in order to finish the level here. So we're going to be seeing that split path pretty soon here. And it's very notorious for having just a lot of puzzles. I'm going to go to the right here and see, you know what, we're going to skip it. Yeah. We need to get a heart here because we're going to be seeing this frog room come up again. And it's just quicker for me to go through these when I'm farming it. But yeah, you're going to see a lot of repeat rooms in here too. Just simulating the feeling of a cave and getting lost. But you're going to be seeing a lot of the puzzles here coming up.
All right, and this enemy control a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be careful with him. He got lucky. I was too busy looking at you and I was running into the wall. But yeah, I guess we could talk about a little bit of these certain type of blocks. I'm sure you've seen them. The yellow ones and the green ones will explode after a certain time. The green ones got quite a bit before they'll actually explode. But the red, there's green, yellow, and red ones. And the red ones will explode super quickly. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, you can hit your own teammate. You won't do any damage to him, but you'll put him in a little stun animation like that, which is always pretty fun. We're going to be coming up on another repeat room here with these guys. And coming up on our one contribution to the run here, which is going to be a minecart room. I don't have a heart. Let's see if we can do it. But you can run on those tracks. I completely fumbled it. It wasn't even close. But you can save like probably, what, half a second with Max running across the tracks there as Goofy clears the path. This room, I'm sure if you played this game casually, it is one of the worst things to try to solve. And especially on the JP3 version that we're running, it adds like so much more complexity to this puzzle. But this isn't even the worst part because now we get to this next room and these guys can kick the blocks and this is our only way of killing them. And so we got to lure them into this block down here in order to unlock this door at the top. That room also kills so many runs.
All right. Interesting thing about this room in the Japanese version is that you have to exit it after you break that wall right there. And we found that it's actually fastest to do it by kicking the block into your partner.
Mm-hmm. And there is a skip that's worth noting that can be done on this version, but it's not very wise to do it. But you can exit while you complete the puzzle at the same time to skip an animation to lower that waterfall just a little faster. Oh. He never grabs that. What is going on? The red guys have a chance to do it, but for some reason in this room, they like never do it.
Yeah.
But now we are on to boss 4. This is essentially the big auto scroll of the run. Red and green rumblers. We got to wait for them to drop stalactites from the ceiling and we throw them at their head and kill them. It takes like way too long, so definitely read out some more donations.
Perfect. We have $50 from Astro Lemonade. Absolutely have to donate for Goof Troop. One of my fondest gaming and life memories is playing this game with my mom when I was little. Every boss fight, I'd say, "Mom, hide in this spot and just don't die," while I fought the boss. She's the best co-op Goof Troop player I could have asked for. Hi, Mom. Less than 3. We also have $25 from Stickman. Yuck, gosh. And along the same lines, $5 from 7. Yuck, yuck. Wait, no, that's not a donation chain. Choo choo. Thank you so much for that donation.
Wow, I didn't get a single throw. We do some, just to interrupt really quick, we just tried to do something really fun there and get the throwing animation while we're waiting for these. But I didn't get a chance to do a single one because the rumblers aren't too nice. But you can continue to read.
All right, we have $50 from Loonyware. Goof Troop is my wife's first game ever. Let's see it run hard. Also, props to GDQ team and all the runners for the best event ever. Thank you. And $50 from Smeewee. BB, hey brother, you got this. Sending you all the strength of cat memes. You're just true to yourself and I appreciate that. Love you, BB. Goof hype.
Yeah, thanks so much, Smeewee. All right, and that's going to conclude the Rumblers. We are heading on to the final stage of this, and it is a doozy. Everything can go wrong in stage 5. There's a lot to talk about, including us doing a setup here at the beginning. It's very important that Goofy is at 0 lives here. And we're going to be doing a little bit of a skip. Usually he's not that far up there too. And Max needs to have hearts here as well. So we're gonna be doing something pretty cool here. Max is gonna be waiting with a bomb. And I'm gonna throw it at Goofy because, you know, I just don't like him and I want to see him to die a little bit. But he's gonna transfer over that hook shot that he just got to me. We're gonna be doing a little bit of some clever kicking here too. This is really precise to hit this, but there he goes, he's got that. And that's a little bit of a foreshadow of what we're gonna be seeing here in a little bit too. We haven't talked about it much, but for the most part in this game, it's just pretty much straightforward, no huge glitches or anything like that. But there's one sequence break that has been found relatively recently in this game. Me and SK ran this in SGDQ 2018, and this was found after that run, so you guys will be getting to see that. It's going to save 30 seconds in total.
Really good luck in that room with the enemies.
Very important to spam hook shot here for no reason.
Really important to spam bell for no reason.
And now we have probably the most important thing of the run. We're going to be going for butt scratch strats. So let's see if he gets it. Oh, there we go. Beautiful. It means absolutely nothing, but it's nice to see. So we're going to see Goofy go for quite a few of those. And he's got a chance to do it pretty much every time we transition to another room. So let's see if he can do it. A little slow on that one.
Oh, no.
Got another attempt here, a little early. Maybe one more here.
No.
You're fumbling it, man.
Right, this one. No.
Oh. All right.
I got one.
You did get one. I also almost kicked that block way too early. All right, so we're coming up on the stage 5 skip now, and I think SK will explain it just briefly here. Actually, we'll probably just focus in on it right now so we don't mess it up, but it's a sub-pixel perfect alignment that we have to do.
Nice.
And there we go. Normally you can't, oh my bad.
Oh, my bad.
Normally you can't go around that block and you have to go around to another whole room, lure a guy, and it wastes like 30 to 35 seconds. But after that was found, it just was such a blessing, honestly. The time saved and just skipping that one room.
Yeah. So roughly speaking, Max, when he moves diagonally, moves actually a little, whoops.
Oh, you're
slightly,
good.
yeah, I could have done the other barrel. Slightly more than 1 pixel.
I'll take that.
In each direction. So if you're standing on a sub-pixel perfect spot, you can just walk over a diagonal gap like that.
And we're coming up to the end of this run. We can probably fit in 1 or 2 more donations here.
Great. We have $25 from Spellcheck, donating during Goof Troop, a favorite of me and my brother growing up. Level 1, best music though.
Also, just to interrupt quickly, also if you play this casually, this is the worst level in the game. It is impossible to solve it. I still agree with that even after speedrunning. And go ahead, you can do one more.
We have $108 from Foxy Man saying, "Hey Forky, what's the score?"
Oh my goodness. Thanks, Foxy Man. Good to hear from you. All right, we are to the penultimate fight here. This is the most heavy RNG part of this fight too. It is a pain. This is Kill All Pete. He's got a couple things he can do. So we're looking for him to do a tornado to throw bombs down at us. And here's the other thing that we like. He's going to be summoning minions here. So when he's on the ground, he can do hook shots. He can just keep jumping around and annoying us. But if we get him up to the top here, he can only shoot his cannon, which he did right there, and shoot bombs at us so we can throw them back at us. So we're going to try to keep one of these minions alive, and Goofy's just going to be throwing bombs at it here. And it's looking pretty good right now. Time's going to be coming up when the stage clear text pops up after Pete dies. So Goofy with a couple more. You can catch these bombs too. It's probably just 1 or 2 more here, and it looks like we're going to be very generous with these. Maybe 1 more.
Oh, nice.
There it is. Well done, man. And time. That was really good, dude.
4 minutes. All right.
What was the time on that, by the way?
It looks like the time was 1959.
All right.
Oh, wow.
All right.
That was like our last run where we barely cut it below it. So that's pretty good. That's what we were aiming for, the 19-minute mark. So I'm very happy with that. To not take up any more time, we got some quick shout outs here. I want to first thank Cypher and Blecky. They were the guys who originally ran this game, and pretty much like 90% of the route it's still credited to them. Like they were a big inspiration to me, and really shout outs to them. None of the community probably would be here without them. My brother who donated earlier, as he said, we played this when we were younger, and so I wouldn't be discovering this game without him. Everyone in the Goof Troop community, there's so much to list, but we've interacted with a lot of you throughout the years, and thanks for being part of our lives. Random shout out to Kizaron, who shouted me out like during interviews twice earlier this week, so I just want to say he's the GOAT, and I can't wait to hang out with you more. All family and friends back home, and lastly, thanks SK. He reached out to me. We were friends for a little while, but we wanted to learn Goof Troop during SGDQ 2016. And since we live so far apart, the only times we've been able to play is on really bad net play or at GDQ events. And the first time we did it, we actually met in Chicago at my brother's place to record some runs. So it's been really nice, and I'm glad I could have a co-op partner like you to do this with this many years later. But I think that's it. Do you have anything else that you'd like to say about it?
Yeah. No, not too much more than that. But yeah, thanks, Forky, as well for running this game with me all these years.
Thanks, everyone, for watching. Thank you, everyone who donated to get this incentive met. And please continue to donate for the Prevent Cancer Foundation. And yeah, keep enjoying the marathon. Thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks for watching.